Hi, welcome back to Serge Tip Clips. Today I'd like to talk to you about the new firmware update for the BERNINA L890. It's version 42.01.07. And what does it include? Well, there are a couple of new languages, Hungarian and Latvian. It also includes a couple of new tutorials, and those are for feet that didn't exist when the machine first came out. And those include the curved foot, the shearing foot, the clear overlock combo foot, as well as the extra large piping foot. But I think the most exciting thing is that they've added 2 new stitches in the cover chain stitch menu. And we'll go over to the machine in just a minute to take a look at those. Sometimes people say, oh, well, I'm not quite sure how to do that firmware update. Number one, you'll need that USB stick. And if you're wondering where the port is for the USB stick, if you have your hard copy manual, you can go to page 18 and it's item number 5. It's on the back of your machine and there is a door that you can pop off and you'll see the port for your USB stick. It's very easy to follow along with. And what I did for mine, because my computer isn't right near my serger, is that I printed out all of the firmware instructions and everything that it included, and I read through that before I did anything to my machine. It's very easy to install though. But as I said, I think that the most exciting things are the 2 new stitches. So let's go over and take a look at those now. I'm going to tap on my cover chain stitch folder. And first, let's go to stitch number 16, which has always been there right from the start. This is the chain stitch with a single needle. On this one, the machine is asking you to put your needle thread through the yellow tension route for the chain stitching, which I'm doing right now, coming all the way over to the left and then going into my needle. And you'll see that it's asking you to put your needle position in the right chain needle position. Now, the one thing that's going to remain constant, you'll see with the next 2 stitches, is that your threading route for your needle is going to remain the same. It's going to be in the yellow threading route, the leftmost threading route. So let's take a look at the new stitches. Coming back to my cover chain stitch folder, tap on stitch number 32, which is brand new. And there it is, yellow threading route for the tension. But when you look down here, it's telling you you can put your needle in the center chain needle position. Now, let's go back to our folder and scroll down to stitch number 33, which was added. And on this one, once again, left yellow threading route. And on this one, you're seeing that the left chain needle can be used. So now you have permission to use all 3 needle threading routes for the chain stitch. No matter which position your needle is in, the stitch will look exactly the same. The difference would be that if you needed, say, a scooch more room or less room, you wanted your stitch to be closer, now you can change around the needle positions to suit the project that you're working on and where you want that stitch to be. It just gives you a little bit more flexibility in positioning the stitch, but the stitch formation will look exactly the same whether your needle is in the left, center, or right needle positions. Let's take a look at the chain stitch with the needle in all 3 positions. I have my stitch length on 3.6. I've got 12-way thread in the chain looper, and so I'm going to stitch this with the wrong side face up. But to show you how the machine will change the position of the stitch in relation to the edge of the needle, I am going to try to keep the edge of my fabric aligned with the edge of the cover hem table. So this is stitch number 16, and I have my needle in the right chain needle position. Get the locking fork and pull this. snip the thread, pull it out. Okay, so here is the stitch with my needle in the right needle position. Let me just take off these little tidbits of thread and cut those. Next, I am going to put the needle in the center chain position. My fabric edge, once again, is aligned with the edge of the cover hem table, so let's stitch right next to the other line of stitching. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, and you can see that even though the fabric was positioned exactly the same, the stitching lines are parallel to each other.